Hey, Tony Gaskins here popping in. I want to send y'all ladies a message and say this to you. Don't get bought. Don't get bought. Because, and this is what you got to realize. Now, Dr. Gary Chapman came up with the 5 love languages. And I really can't argue with him. I can't argue with those 5 love languages. And in those 5 love languages, you have gifts. I'm going to hit on that one first because that's, what we talking about getting bought. You got gifts, and you have acts of service, you have physical touch, you have words of affirmation, and you have quality time. Now, I done learned those by heart, even though I never read the whole book. I read the little book and really didn't read the whole thing, just learned the 5 love languages. But because I have to speak them every day, I know them by heart now. And you might have 1 or 2 other love languages out there that we don't really put into words. But, one thing that I've noticed is that most women can be bought. Most women can be bought. And, you have to look at that and wonder why, and go into just the makeup of human beings and our survival instincts, our desire to survive. And we have this innate fear of not being able to eat, not being able to keep up with the Joneses, not being able to live the life that we want to live, and being uncomfortable is painful. And so when you think about not having your picket fence, and you look and you say, okay, I can make X amount of dollars, but how far is that going to take me? And then so I see so many women who say, okay, I can make X amount of dollars, but that's only going to get me so far. And then you have women who will get with a man. And I've heard women say, well, you're going to get cheated on regardless. So you might as well get cheated on by a man with money. I've heard women say, marriage is a business. Marriage ain't about love. It's a business. It's about coming together and getting somebody who you can have good income with so that you can raise your children in comfort, go to the best schools, the best colleges. And that's what marriage is about. I'm in the car at my son's soccer practice, so y'all got to forgive me when I look up, because my 6-year-old, he going to come and ask me, you seen this, you seen that? I try not to lie to him. So y'all got to forgive me. So I done heard women say this stuff now. And, and I get it. I get it. But this is the thing. It's so much more to life than money. And as long as men know that women could be bought, men are not going to grow and to change. And we can't really judge people because you don't know everything that goes into a person's decision. But I rarely see women leave men with money. Now you let a man not have money, a woman come up with anything. Oh, he had 8 gray hairs in his beard. And it's just like, I used to be colorblind, and then now I can see, and it's like, I want to see color. So I need to see black hairs. And the fact that he had them gray hairs, I just could not do it. I tried. But he would not pluck them gray hairs. When a man, money ain't where it need to be, he get left for anything. He get left for any kind of reason. I mean, just, we were supposed to go on a date, and then the car ain't cranked. And so, because the car ain't cranked, I'm gone. Ain't nowhere in the world I could be with a man, and I done sweat off my foundation sitting in that car because it wasn't cranked, and so we ain't got no AC. So, I can't do it. So, men done got left for everything, and it's always interesting to me, because see, now I work with a lot of pro athletes, and when they money be in, when they money good, they can have 3, 4, 5 women when they money good, and that woman don't go nowhere. Mess around and get cut or retire or get injured, and that money start flowing. He snore too hard. She gone. I just couldn't do it anymore. He loves sleeping on his back, and I just cannot sleep. And they say if you don't sleep, you're gonna die early, and I just cannot die early. And I mean, I've seen men just get left, and it's like, wow. So you were riding strong when he had that check coming in, and he could buy that Louis Vuitton, he could buy that Gucci, he could buy that Chanel. When his birthday, he could do a nicest birthday party you done ever seen. But now that money done dried up. Now, y'all not compatible. Now, you got self-worth. Now, you classy. Now, you cannot put up with a man who cheat. Now that his money ain't the same. All right? And see, that's the thing. As long as women could be bought, men ain't gonna do right, because humans, and especially men, gonna take a shortcut if a shortcut is available. You're not finna walk 3 miles when you could cut across the middle and get there in 1.5 miles. So a man not finna bend over backwards when he know his money could get a woman to stay. So as a woman, you gotta ask yourself. You gotta say, you know what? Can I be bought? Am I a trick for the money? We'll just tricks off of kids. Silly rabbit. Am I a silly rabbit for the money? You have to ask yourself that. And you got to ask yourself, and I never forget when I was watching an episode of Tyra Banks' talk show, when she had a talk show before she got canceled. I was watching Tyra Banks' talk show, and them people went out on the street. And they showed this man. He probably looked like about a 300-pound white gentleman, white Caucasian male, about 300 pounds. What his face looked like, and they showing that picture of the women, and they asking the women. They say, listen. What is this man on a scale of 1 to 10? And they said 3. Ask all these women what this man is on a scale of 1 to 10. They said 3. I said, okay, yeah, that look about right. It was on a piece of paper. They had, name, height, weight, and job description. It probably said computer engineer. Then what they did, they got another piece of paper, and they had the same stuff, but they just put salary, $325,000 a year. And they went and asked women what he is on a scale of 1 to 10. The women said a 9. I say, wow. So, my goodness. If I was a 7 when I was broke, I must be a 70. I must be a 79. I'm like, whoa. Y'all done gave this man 6 points on the scale for making $325,000, and it was in New York City. $325,000 in New York, that's $32,500. Up there, New York, you $325,000, you still might be getting government assistance. In New York City, so the women say of 9. So now what you see happening is, and see, this the thing. What you see happening, and listen, I was just talking to a client, and she was talking about how when she was in another country and you're in the village, you got to connect with the women first, because when you connect with the women, that's who know everything. That's who got the lay of the land. That's who got the keys to the city. And women don't like to hear this, but the woman is the responsible party of the sexes. It's the woman. That is why God made the woman the one who carries the child and gives birth. because the woman is the more responsible person. So I hear women say all the time, yes, men can be responsible. I'm a responsible man. I grew into this. But my wife actually was my catalyst. Because of what she required from me, it made me a better man. Had she not required what she requires from me, I would still be the same or a worse man. Because this is what you have to understand. You adapt to what is the norm in your environment. So before we came into the knowledge of good and evil, to be naked was normal. Adam and Eve were naked in their birthday suit. Y'all gotta forgive me, the car it cut off after 40 minutes of idling. Oh, Tony, you wasting gas. Hey, got to. I'm not gonna sit out here in this Florida heat now. Got to waste this gas. But on E too, so y'all got to forgive me. I might need somebody to push me to the gas station. So, being naked, now who going out the house not naked? You see what I'm saying? So what you have to understand is that if you live in a certain part of Chicago, in that certain part of Chicago, having a gun is normal. Shooting and killing is normal in a certain part. It ain't even abnormal no more to the youth. They like, okay, yeah, tonight, 12:01 a.m., I'm finna hear gunshots. And it's like, that ain't normal. But to them, it become normal, it become all they know. So what you have to understand with men is that a man grows to the level that his mother, his grandmother, his aunt, his school teacher, his sister, his wife, his girlfriend requires him to grow to. If a man goes to a woman and he say, hey, I want you on your bike. First night, I want you on your bike. And that woman get on her bike, he finna hop right on top of her. If he go to that woman and say, hey, I want you on your bike. He say, not me. Not over here. You ain't put no work in. You ain't did nothing to deserve this here. This here cookie, chocolate chip, macadamia nut. You gonna have to do a little more. And so he gonna say, okay, all right, I got to work. So now what he finna do? What he finna do? Okay, I got to set up a date. Let me set up this date. All right, I got to plan the date. All right, I done walked around the lake for 5 miles. We about passed out. And it ain't cost me nothing, but now I'm gonna pull both my hamstrings. So next time we're gonna sit down at the restaurant. So now we're at the restaurant. Okay, all right, got her a hot dog. That tore her stomach up, so couldn't get me none that night. So now I need to figure out what she eat. Okay, grilled chicken salad. Oh man, that gonna cost me a little more than that hot dog. So, but let me get the grilled chicken salad. Okay, water and lemon, that wasn't good enough. Now she want tonic water. Now she want Perrier. Sparkling water this time. Then she want a little white wine. So what he gonna do? What this man gonna do? He gonna keep raising the bar until he get you on your bike. In the process of him raising the bar, this is what we call courting. In the process of a man courting a woman, he is falling in love. So he really first was motivated by one thing, and that's what's between the woman's legs. This too hard for some women to hear because it just don't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense because you don't have the mind of a man. Okay, so understand that. Understand that you don't have to understand to understand. Get what I'm saying? So it's not going to make sense to you because you don't have the mind of a man. So the driving force, yeah, he may want a wife. But in the back of his mind, why he want a wife, why he want kids, he think about that. That there. Okay? All right. That's what he thinking about. And that's pushing him. But in the process, he gets to know you. He start to fall for you. He start to fall in love with you, getting to know you, he talking to you, y'all building. So now, that's why I say the more he express himself, the more you make him communicate, the more he falls in love. So when you finally get on your bike, it depends on how long he done had to work for you to determine if he gonna stay with you. See, if you get on your bike on the first night, he don't know you. You still a stranger. You basically was a free prostitute. Or maybe he had to pay for a meal. You get on your bike in the first week. It's some men that done quartered a prostitute that long. Quartered a stripper longer than that. He done quartered that stripper longer than that. He been going to that strip club 6 months. Tipping. He got to get the money off his credit card. He paying extra APR. He paying 32% APR to do a cash withdrawal off that credit card to go in there and tip. He been tipping this woman for 6 months until he could shoot his shot. So you on your bike in 1 week, 2 weeks. He done courted strippers longer than he courted you. You see what I'm saying? So he has not built the rapport with you. He has not expressed himself enough to see you as an ally. He's not in love with you because he don't know you. But what he did is, if he took you out to eat, if he took you on a date, to the movie, if your birthday came up and he spent $500 on you, if y'all been together 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and he buy you a bag on your level, or he take you to that next level, so he see you and you got the Coach bag from the swap meet, and he see the thread coming out of it. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a swap meet, Coach there. So that really ain't a Coach. That's we can't even call that the referee. She got a referee bag. That ain't no Coach bag. So he realized you really ain't got no Coach bag. You got a Roach bag, because it comes from the swap meet for $35, $40, $50. Look, A grade now till that thread start to come out of there. So he said, okay, I'm finna go get to the Coach store. I'm going to the outlet, get a real bag. So he spent $100, $200. Now okay, all right. Money. This man got money. So now he didn't get you that bag. He got you that bag. But he knows he really ain't did a whole lot else. He know he ain't really did too much else. So he know so he looking at the situation. He like, listen, nah, I really ain't did too much whining or dining. I really ain't been consistent with my phone calls. Really ain't, I told him to call at 9, didn't call at 9. Told her we going on a date Friday night, cancel the date. So he realized, like, hold on now. I really ain't been that much of a man of my word, but I got her that Coach, or that Tory Burch, or that Michael Kors, or y'all might be on another level, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. So now he done introduce you to something. And then he say, oh, where you want to go out to eat? And see, you used to the Applebee's 2 for $20. The Applebee's 2 for $20, he take you to the steakhouse. So now you get your well done butterfly steak. So when you order that steak, well done butterfly, now he know you don't know nothing about no food. Now he know you ain't know nothing. That the meat you been eating so bad. Now if you go in there and you say medium rare, or you even say medium, he'll give you credit if you say medium well, but he paying attention. Because see, now the more money people make, the less they cook their food. I don't understand why, but when I go out with billionaires, they kind of be order. They just bring the cow. Just bring the cow. I'll cut it right here and just eat it right here at the table. I was like, wow, that's essentially what they meat be looking like. I mean, just a bloodbath. I was like, whoa, what you bought? New taste buds when you hit billionaire status? But you got a new tongue? You bought a new tongue? But so what he gonna do? He gonna look at you, he gonna pay attention. Well, when I was at FAM, every now and then when we got our refund checks at FAMU, Tallahassee's not too big. We used to love to go to Ryan's, to the buffet. And we just go to Ryan's, and then the next week we go to Golden Corral. And then, like, when we really want to do a good feast, and then now that I'm a working professional, every now and then I would go to Olive Garden because, Italians, they really know how to eat. And so, them Italians, you can spend $20 and just eat for 3 days. And so, he listening to you, he paying attention to you. So, now he know, okay, all right, finna take her to a steakhouse. And you look at the menu, and you look at that lobster tail, and it got an MP out there. And you, what? Well, I see the price on this. But they right here say MP. Man, please. Mother, please. You trying to think like main, prime, menu, premier. And then he said, oh, that means market price. Meaning that the price change on the market depending on the season and how readily available that lobster tail is. Oh, so market price. So what do you think the market price is right now? Well, we don't know until we get the bill, or unless we ask the waiter, but that's kind of, really don't want to ask them, because if you got to ask the price, you really shouldn't be buying it, type of thing, at this type of restaurant at Ocean Prime. And so he paying attention to you. So now he done got you that. Boom. All right. I was thinking about one time I went on a date. And my bank account was doing so bad. And I went to the steak restaurant. That thing messing me up. I just reminiscing. Beginning of dating. First trying to put a good foot forward. And that meal was $60. And then at the end, my wife said, we didn't have to come here. We could have just went anywhere. We could have went to McDonald's. I'm like, I wish you would have said that before I spent this $60. And so that's what a man will do. He trying to fill you out. So when he see you ain't never had no market price food, now he know, all right, okay, she like that. So you get that lobster tail, you get your little steak, you willing, you open to try it medium well. So now, when he don't call you the next day, and then you talk to him the day after that, but you think about that market price lobster tail you had with that lemon butter garlic on there, and you just remember that there, and then you getting ready to check him, and hey, before you say anything, I'm coming to pick you up right now. I got somewhere special to take you. I'm coming to pick you up right now. And now I don't know if y'all could have heard me now because my air on in here. Y'all got to forgive me. Hey, we got to do what we got to do today. Ain't got my microphone today. And I had to get the video in because by the time I get to the house tonight, I don't know if I'm... See, I like to shoot my video by myself. It's just me and the camera. When I'm at home and I'm shooting my video, I can't really give you everything because my wife walking by, my son's walking by, and I'm nervous. I'm shy. Because this right here is just, I don't do this. I got to be me and the camera. I'm not even talking to you right now. I'm just talking to the camera. So I want y'all to understand that when people say, oh, Tony, you getting comfortable in front of the camera, just me and the camera. That's how I frame my mind. I ain't talking to nobody, just talking to the camera. So I got to shoot it right now while my son out there, I'm by myself. So y'all forgive me if the noise and volume ain't all the way where it need to be. Just listen a little harder. That means you're going to remember it longer if you have to listen harder. So when this man, he try it like this, I got somewhere to take you. You were just getting ready to check him, but you like, oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. So I got to get ready. Okay. All right, so what time you thinking? So now he come on over there, and he take you somewhere. I fly. You done throwed your bike out floating in the air. Then he take you across the street to Top Golf. And you just got endorphins going. You getting a laugh. He's so funny. He got you laughing. You feeling good. And so now you done forgot about checking him, about not calling you yesterday. See, this how you getting bought. This how a man buy you. Because, see, gifts is a love language. So when he going and he whining and dining you, he give you these love languages. He's speaking in love. The gifts might be the only love language he speak. And then he taking you out a date. That's quality time. He tell you you look good. Ooh, girl. Oh my goodness. It ought to be a crime you looking that good. What? That's words of affirmation. Okay. He rubbed through that track and he act like he don't feel the track. He rubbed. Nah. He felt that track. He felt that track. He felt that glue. You got the glue coming off right here on the side, but he act like he didn't feel the track, act like he don't see the glue. That's physical touch. You might be in front of him. He might massage your little shoulders about 60 seconds. That's physical touch. You see what I'm saying? So he's speaking the love languages, but it's sporadic. It's when he feel like it. It's when he want to treat you. It's when he want to give you some time. But it's not consistent. And then, on top of that, when y'all might get into it, sometimes he might cuss you out. He might talk down to you. He might hang up the phone on you. And you like, oh, wow. Wow. But then the next day, you go to work, you got your bouquet of roses. So now you got your bouquet of roses, and then Latasha that you don't like, you can see the jealousy in her eyes. So now Latasha done added another 3 months to your relationship because you see she jealous. Look at her keep looking over here. I'm trying to act like I can't see her and put my blue glasses on for the computer and look out the corner of my eye. Look at her asking Crystal who got these flowers for me. Oh, jealous heifer. Because you ain't got no man. So now, them flowers, you done forgot all about what he did to you, how he treated you. You done got bought. So next thing you know, you realize this man got enough money to get a nice house with you, put your kids in private school, to get you a new 2021 car, take you out steak and lobster. Now your wardrobe changing because he keep getting you little items. And now you starting to step it up. You still got your Skechers. You still wearing your Skechers. But you got your Louis Vuitton purse. So now you ready to come out them Skechers, but you still buying your shoes. He just buying the purses. So your shoes, you still at the Payless or the dollar store every now and then, because that's where your budget at right now. But then he get you something over here nice, and you like, man, okay, well. And it wipe away what you going through, what you thinking about. This is how men buy women. So what you have to make sure of is you can't get bought. You can't get bought. Because you'll catch a man cheating. You'll say, I'm getting ready to get a divorce. Then your birthday come. He'll buy you a new car on your birthday. Now you, oh wow, it must be love. Oh my goodness, this man love me. And then your friends, they'll be telling you, keep him, keep him, keep him. Girl, you need to keep him, girl, because listen, that man bought you a new car. Girl, my man ain't even got no car. He ain't got himself a car. Let alone, we don't even know what let alone mean. We just be throwing it in there. Let alone buying me a car. Girl, you know, I'm going to just tell you what I done learned about these men. All these men sorry. All of them going to cheat. girl, every last one of them gonna cheat. But if a man could buy you a car, girl, listen here. I'm finna cry in that Bentley. I'm finna cry in that new Toyota Camry. I'm finna cry in that new Toyota Celica. Hey, and then night, and girl, you got heated seats too. Oh my goodness. And it got the cold seat too. Oh my goodness. And what, girl? When you going over the lane, it pull you back in the lane. Oh my goodness. Girl. No, listen. For that car you got, for that car he just bought you, girl, I will go and find him a girlfriend and bring the girlfriend home for him. Because I'm tired of riding the bus. Let me find a man gonna buy me a car. I'm turning in Metro car so fast. You see what I'm saying? That's what your friends will go to telling you. Your friends will go to giving you bad advice. So now you sitting there. And you like, well, she do got a point. She do got a point because Tony Gas said he cheated. No, I didn't. I ain't tell you that lie. But you done heard that. What? So you putting words in my mouth. Tony Gas said he cheated on his wife 3 times. And then look at him today. Look how good he doing today as a man of God. And so I ain't tell you that. Did not. But you gonna hear what you want to hear. And you know why? Because you start to look at them finances. And you say, okay, we ain't got the world's best schools. But on my income, this is what you saying to yourself. On my income, my kid got to go to school with the Chicago gangland. But with my income and his income, they get to go down to the private school where they learning Spanish and French at 3 years old. So which one do I want? And well, you know what? I got to stay for the kids. I'm going to have to stay for the kids because I don't want to do that. And then, well, on my income, I can only afford for my daughter to run track because I just got to buy some spikes. But with his income, I can afford for my daughter to do ballet and gymnastics. And you know what? I don't want to do my daughter like that because if I just have her running track and she just out there running for her life, she might end up on the pole because that track ain't even that nice. And so you talking yourself through this and you telling yourself why you got to get bought. You telling yourself why this man money is unleavable. And see, this is the thing. You got to realize what it do to the senses. As I'm saying this, I'm like, man, I wonder, can I buy my wife? I'm too scared to try it. I'm not finna cheat and then go buy a Birkin bag. I talked to a woman one time. I talked to a client and I say, well, you make good money. I say, when you gonna buy your Birkin? She said a Birkin. What is a Birkin? She had an accent. She said, what is a Birkin? I said, you don't know what a Birkin bag is? I said, Google it. Birkin. It's some of y'all on here right now. Birkin, what is that? It's a very expensive purse. And next thing you know, later on, I seen her with a Birkin bag. Got her a man that could buy a Birkin. And I say, now look here. You'll take, and what we make the mistake. We make the mistake. And that wasn't no client. That was a woman I had met and was talking to about that. She wasn't an actual paid client. So that's why that just was a conversation. So let me retract that because I can't hire Tony for coach because he'll be on the YouTube telling my business. Yeah, he ain't say no name, but still, my best friend might know my story. That wasn't an actual client. So retract that. So I start to see this. And I start to see women. Y'all, hold on. I need a little more air. Come on, vent open? Okay. A little more out, y'all. Hold on, let me cut the air down. So I started to see that, and I started to notice women, and I started to say, you know what? It's so many women that if the man got money, she ain't going nowhere. It's so many women. And when that become the case, it's like, it's women who work in the industry, the set industry, who done fired clients. And then here you is, supposed to be classy and respectable with your corporate job, and you stand and you allow a man to buy you. You allow a man to cuss you out because you like that lifestyle. And see, what you got to think about, what I was going to say, what you got to think about the senses. So think about what happened to your senses when you ride a roller coaster. Think about what happened to your senses when you get in you a new car. Think about what happened to your senses. Your senses get titillated, stimulated, and them chemicals, that dopamine and serotonin, start to release. Oxytocin, what y'all call it, all of the good, feel good, start to release into that stream, and you start to feel good. So now the pain that you was feeling from the toxicity of the relationship gets healed by your retail therapy. See, you're not actually going to therapy. You're going to the store with the credit card that he has made you an authorized user on, or the bank account that y'all have joint, and you buying you a new bag. You get that new bag, your brain give your body a release, and you forget your pain. That's why they call it retail therapy. That's why people who grew up poor or without get so excited when they get the shop. And I done seen it. I done seen people as adults get the shop, but they come from little or nothing. You ain't never seen that kind of smile on their face ever. But that's what happened. So it's so many women today getting bought. And so you got to really look at this thing, and you got to make sure that you come to the table with your own bag. That you come to the table, you got your job, or you got a way to earn, or you earning. And you got to make sure that you have something, even if it's just ambition. It ain't got to be a degree. Just have ambition to where if you need to lead this man, you know how to go and get it off the muscle, out the mud. You go and work. You'll work double shifts. You work 2 jobs, 3 jobs to take care of yourself. Because what's happening is men coming in and they realize, you know what? If I spend enough money, she ain't going nowhere. If I get a big enough house, a nice enough car, and the whole community see her in this big house, this nice car, she's not going to want to go back to the hood that she came from, that she grew up in. So now, this man, he know, well, I ain't going to pay no child support. I'm going to threaten, tell her, you're not going to get a dime, because you know I got the resources that I call John. And you know John is an attorney. And John will get me everything. Even though you don't make the money I make, I have you paying me child support. Because you know all my money is in businesses. So I technically do a write-off, and I don't make a dime. And you won't be able to prove otherwise, because you ignorant and dumb, and you never thought to get into the businesses when I was trying to help you get into the business, and I wanted your help. You didn't want to help me because you just want to be in Gucci and gold. And so now you're so dumb and ignorant, you don't even know how I can write this off and make it look like I'm making no money, make it look like you making more money than me, and you'll be paying me child support. And you know what? The way John do law, I will have 80-20 custody. And if you make me mad, I'll take that 20% custody that you got. I'll take that from you. So now he hit you with that. It's women watching this who have actually heard a spiel about just like that, if not verbatim. and was scared because they're like, I don't have his money. I don't have his resources. He can win full custody because it's money. Them judges could be bought. Listen, you rarely will see a daddy that's a better parent than a mama. You rarely gonna see that. Yes, it happens, but a better all-around parent. You rarely gonna see that because of the nature of a woman. A woman is a nurturer. The person who carried the child, got to feed the child, is naturally going to have the brain to take care of the child better than the man who to conceive the child had to lay down and have pleasure. See, for a man to bring a child into the world, it requires no pain. So the man don't even have the mental capacity to fully care for that child the way a woman can. But a man with money will take a woman to court, win full custody, and then have his mama and his grandma or a nanny that he can afford taking care of them children. Them children call him by his first name. Hey, John. Hey, John. Is Nancy gonna cook us dinner tonight? Well, do you want to call me Dad? Do you gotta keep calling me John? Why do you keep calling me John? I'm your dad. Well, I don't know. You're only here one day out the week. It just feels awkward saying dad. And he will have a nanny raising his kid because he don't have what it takes to raise them. But he got the money to win full custody. You see what I'm telling you? So that right there is what happens. And see, in the beginning, if you wanted to know, you could have peeped this out. But you got so caught up in arguing. It's so many women get so caught up in arguing. Oh my goodness, Tony. See, this is what's unfair. And this is why I'm getting ready to unsubscribe from this channel and cancel my membership of the Black Tribe. Because you met your wife when you was 21. I am 49. A man has to have a different level of financial stability in his 40s than you had in your 20s. So you comparing apples to oranges. See, listen. I'm not saying, and never did I say, that you should be with a broke and lazy man. What I'm saying is, don't judge a man solely by his money. Judge him by his character. And don't overlook his character because he has money. Because money is not a reflection of character. It's a lot of scumbags and sleazeballs that got millions of dollars. Some got billions of dollars. Look at who y'all put in the office. It's said to be a billionaire, and it's sound absolutely terrible as a person, but got a lot of money. You see what I'm trying to tell you? So you got to look at this situation and ask yourself, like, am I being bought? Because woo, that steak was good. You done got you a taste of that medium steak. After you've been cutting up charcoal for steak, you've been eating charcoal for steak. Well done, butterfly. I remember I went to a Spencer dinner, and I was there with black women who hadn't been around millions, who hadn't either made millions or raised millions, like their daughter or their son. And they ordered their steak, well done, butterfly. Butterfly mean the steak cut down the middle. Now, it ain't cut in half, but it's cut from about the top down to the bottom, cut down the middle and split open. So you can see that it's charred all the way in there. It's well done all the way through. They were chewing that steak for 20 minutes. yeah, can you bring me some more sweet tea? Oh, yeah, and lemonade too. They were chewing that meat for 20. I was like, wow. So now when you get your man with some money, and he done wine you and dine you so much, he done flip you and toss you. Because he done wine you and dine you so much. So now, he convinced you to try your medium steak. You have that medium steak and it melt in your mouth. Taste like butter compared to that charcoal you've been eating. So now, you getting ready to leave and you picture that. You picture that old, whoo, that steak be good. And that steak, he buy me $72 before tax and gratuity. I won't be able to do that on my salary. I'm gonna have to go without that. Oh my goodness. And what about that wine? Oh, and then on vacation, he flies first class. My salary is not gonna allow first class. I mean, I could do it if I really want to, but I'm not trying to go into debt. So now you run through everything. And then you stuck. You stuck because you got bought. He showed you the money. And he wine you and dine you. You'll be talking about the next item that you want. When you catch him up in something, or he cuss you out. And then the next thing you know, boom. That item that you've been looking at, that new bag, them new shoes, he bring it home to you. He bring it home to you. Now you got that. Boom. You like, oh my God, I was getting ready to leave. And then here he go. I need to give him 3 more months just because this might mean he changing. This might be the time that he getting ready to change his life. So I need to just stick around and see. I'm about to have to go. Look like my son about to get out of practice. So what I want you to do, I want you to analyze this. I want you to evaluate this now. And look at this and make sure that you judging a man by his character. And make sure that you in a situation that you okay living with what you can afford. And if you're not okay living with what you can afford, then you need to keep working. You don't need to be worried about no relationship. You need to be working on the 3 B's, brain, brand, and body. Really on the brand now, okay? And then when you get to that place right there, all right, now you got something going. Now you on to something. And now you're in a position to where when a man do you wrong, he want to cheat, he want to cuss you out, you give him your behind the kiss. You going right on about your life. You hear me? And you don't need him. But when you let a man buy you and he paying for everything, now you need that man. Now you need a divorce and you scared to leave. So think about this now. And this is the place that you got to get yourself to. Now listen, now I'm giving y'all this empowerment message. Because the online told me 95% of y'all is women. I'm giving you this message from a man now. This message work against me, because now that means I can't buy me my wife. I can't buy my wife. She listens to this, all right, but get left, you want to act up. And so, and people will still be arguing. I get this here message, women still will be arguing with me. Oh, that's the message you give? Not to get bought? So what you want me to just be broke? Hey, y'all, God bless you. I'm here with my little boy, picking him up. See, we ain't allowed to go out there on the field, so we got to stand here. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Daddy.
All right, y'all. We'll talk.